Hello again. Another full face video. Okay, this time I realized I haven't really talked to you guys a whole lot about what Grind Camp is, and I've mentioned it kind of casually a couple times and talked about Marc and that kind of thing. So I figured I'd do a quick video explaining exactly what Grind Camp is. So, in order to understand this, I guess you should probably know what the phrase digital nomad is. So it's a thing used to describe people who work from a computer and travel. So they can travel wherever they want while still doing their job. So you don't need to take vacation time or take time off. You can just go wherever you want and work. You know, anywhere there's an internet connection, as long as you have a laptop or some kind of computing device. Some people even just work from their phone. It's crazy. But it's kind of like a dream, you know, being able to travel and see the world while also working, but working at your own pace. It's a pretty interesting thing, and there's so many different ways that you can be a digital nomad. All that really is necessary to be one is that you have some way to make a living off of a computer through the internet. And there's so many different ways. It's impossible to explain all the different ways, you know. You could actually have a job for a company where you just do computer work. You just log in from a remote location. That is completely doable, you know? So what GrindCamp is it's something that it was an idea that Marc had to do a co-living situation. So there's a lot of paid co-living situations. And the way that they work is that the idea is that you want to be surrounded by people who are doing similar things to you so that you can learn from them and be inspired by them and open your mind, yeah? Typically, you have to pay to get into one of these scenarios. But Marc's trying to figure out a way to make it free. Granted, there's an application process. You can't just like show up. Well, right now you can, but that's unlikely to continue being true, because it's one thing now that, you know, GrindCamp is brand new, but a year from now, once, you know, videos have gotten more traction and more people know about it, you can't just have a location where people just show up willy-nilly, you know. You get too many people coming by. You wouldn't have places for them to sleep or food for them to eat, all that kind of stuff. So he wants there's going to be some kind of like application process, and then you can get accepted. And once you get accepted, you have to pay to get to the country that GrindCamp is in. And it's going to have revolving locations, right? And that's so that certain people have an easier time getting to certain GrindCamps versus other ones, yada, yada, yada. The idea is that a lot of people, especially who do this kind of entrepreneur, eBay, or whatever work you're doing, they have a hard time finding other people who do the same kind of stuff. Most of the people here, when they're at home, they're surrounded by people who they don't really relate to. And it can be quite hard to find other people that you relate to, who inspire you, and you know, you want to learn from, right? So the idea is that you live with these people who are all very similar, and that they all like traveling, and they're all earning money from a computer, and then that really solidifies, it shows you how many different ways there are to earn money, and to, like, it also shows you that, hey, people, like, this is possible. This is so possible. And it's one thing if you're in your life and you're trying to make it happen, you don't know anyone like that. Most of the people you know work a 9 to 5, or they're in college full time, that kind of thing. You know, it sounds like a pipe dream, which means something that sounds great but isn't feasible. The reality is it's very feasible, and there are so many different ways to do it. It's just a matter of convincing yourself that that is true and that's possible, and then finding things that you enjoy that allow you to travel and live that life, right? So GrindCamp is just a place for a bunch of digital nomads and people who are interested in like entrepreneurship and freelancing and want to learn about it. It's a place for them to all live together for a month and then see what happens. Who knows what GrindCamp's going to become, right? It's kind of intense and intimidating, especially being around people like this. It's like, whoa, holy crap. There's so much talent here. It's absurd. Absolutely absurd. But that's just a basic summary of it, you know. Who knows what it's gonna become? This is kind of just, Marc and Muriel are just kind of, you know, they've learned a lot already just from the week so far. I think it's been about a week, maybe a bit more. Yeah, actually started on the 1st, so it's been like 9 days. But they're just doing this to see and to learn from it, and then they're going to do more in the future. So if you're not at this one, don't worry, there's going to be chances to get into another one. It's not the end of the world. So, all right. Hope that explains what I've been talking about when I refer to GrindCamp. All right. Bye.